What are we talking about today?
We're talking about cougars.
Cougars?
Yeah. What do you think about cougars? Tell us what you think about cougars.
You know, what do I think about cougars? Well, I think sometimes they get probably a bad rap. But I think there's a lot of good to be said about cougars. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does it help that you and I recently had a very long conversation with a self-described, very active cougar?
It does help, yeah.
She is in her mid-40s, and she was in 2 very long relationships that were not happy ones, very abusive relationships. And when she got out of the second long-term relationship, she just decided to go for something completely different. And she has been dating younger men for the last 3 years.
Very young men in some cases.
And I was very curious because for me, the idea of going out intentionally to meet younger men, it's actually quite scary to me.
A little challenging too, right? Yeah.
The idea that I've always dated men who are older than I am, and I guess in this culture, you know, youth for women is their currency. We're taught that to be youthful is to be valuable.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how strongly I held that deep inside me, that idea, until I thought about going out like this woman that we've met goes out, as an older woman looking particularly intentionally for younger men.
And yet I think it intrigued you.
It does intrigue me.
Yeah,
I'm always intrigued if something scares me. So I talked to a couple of friends of mine, other women in their 40s and 50s, to go out and just pretend we were cougars on the prowl.
Right. I even dropped them off at the nightclub.
I don't even think we even talked to anybody. It really wasn't the point. Just walking into a place thinking that, oh, I'm going to see if there are any younger men here. That brings up so much for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine it would, because in some cases there'd be such an age gap where you'd be really concerned about being that much older, right? I think you even expressed it, thinking that, oh, that person wouldn't at all be interested because of the age difference. And yet, what we found by talking through this woman was that that's not necessarily the case.
Not at all. I think what I learned from her, the biggest piece from the woman that we talked to, who is a cougar, is that she's not focused on what are these guys going to think of me? Are they going to think I'm too old? Are they going to think I have too many wrinkles? She's not thinking about that at all. She is entirely focused on, what am I interested in? Is there anybody here who's attractive? Is there anybody here I'd like to date?
And then she just kind of goes for it, right?
And if somebody isn't interested in her, she doesn't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think what that gives her is this incredible self-confidence, and I think that's what younger men are attracted to.
And interestingly enough, I think, if I remember correctly from the conversation, she was having a very good success rate, probably because she didn't worry about what they were going to think, and it gave her that confidence that is attractive. Mm-hmm. And so these younger guys that might not have been interested in an older woman who didn't have that same energy, that same dynamic, they were interested in this woman because of that.
Yes.
So.
And I think also, and this has been described a lot, that younger men who are interested particularly in dating an older woman is because of her not only general self-confidence but sexual self-confidence.
Right.
She's got experience, she knows what she likes, she's not afraid to ask for something else, so I think that's an attraction there. Overall, what I took from this experience and what I'd like to take some more of, because I plan to do this exercise again, is the idea that if we as women are more focused on our own desires, our own
pleasure,
that we're just going to be more attractive in general. Mm-hmm. We're not going to be more attractive to a man who's looking for someone to manipulate or abuse, which is a good thing.
Right. No, you're going to be attracting guys who are good relationship material.
Because they like a confident woman.
Right.
So I think all of us, heterosexual women anyway, should go out and just be a cougar for a night.
I think it might be a lot of fun. And you might feel better about yourself once you do it.